Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I have 3 simple activities we can do for some at-home OT work. So to get started, we're going to do an activity with either a paper towel roll or even a toilet paper roll, and we're going to make a ladybug out of it. You can do any kind of bug you would like. I'll show you the directions we get into it. But first we're going to start off with, I have a paper towel roll, so we're going to cut that in half if it's not a toilet paper roll. So once that is ready, I drew 2 shapes. So as you can see, I have a circle and a rectangle. And then if you notice in the circle, I have a line. One of the biggest problems I see when cutting a circle is that it gets hard because it's a full circle. So one thing I like about this is we're going to cut it into a half. So I put the line in the middle for a reason. So I will show you what that looks like when it's all done. So this just to show you, I cut through the line, so now I have 2 halves of a circle. So what we're going to do is use that and then cut on one arc of the circle, because that may be easier than cutting around the full circle and having so many hand movements. So with this method, we're just going to practice cutting the half of the circle. So when you're all done cutting, you're going to have your 2 halves, or the ladybug wings, and then you're going to have your rectangle. So what we're going to do is wrap the rectangle around the roll, so it'll look like that. And as you can see, there's an additional part. You can either adjust your rectangle, do another roll, or you can just cut that off. So what we're going to do is, just for your student, is to try their best. Maybe the parent, you can put glue down here, and I want them to be using those skills to fold and use those hands while they're doing that. So I will glue that on for you. So I'm putting glue right on the edge, and then I'm also going to put some on the roll itself, so that way the paper does stick to it. Awesome. And if this is shorter, since my hands are a little bit bigger, I can do that, and I'm going to rub in that glue. So we're going to use that skill, kind of like folding a paper or pressing down on it to really push that glue in, and then it should stick on there. So once we have that, you can let it dry if you're using regular glue, or if it's a glue stick, you should be good to go. We're going to glue on the wings. So same thing, just maybe 1 dot, and then we'll glue that on. And same with the other one. There we go. And then it is up to you if you want to. We can add a face to it. So what you would do is just cut out an additional circle, make a little eyes and face for it. But I just wanted to show you the general idea. So this is the start of the ladybug. So the second activity for today is we're going to use something like a coffee canister or anything where you can really cut a hole into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice. You can use any items. For example, I have coins. So we're going to practice picking those up. So say I'm picking this up off the table. We're really using those 2 fingers to pick up, pinch it, and then place it in the container. And we want to do that with as many coins as we can, or objects. So for example, I just have 3 more coins. Go ahead, pick it up, place it in. And you could even have your student pick up multiple coins if they're feeling ready for it, and kind of using those skills to move the coins in their hands up to the fingertips and into the canister. So additionally, what we can do with this is once the coins are on there, we can use tweezers or tongs or anything you may have at home, and we're going to try to reach in there and use those same pinching skills that we're using to pinch the coins and put them in, to try to pick up the coins that are already in there. So this might be easier, as I'm having difficulty right now, if you use something like a small toy. So using those same skills, picking up the toy, you could either take it out, or you could do the opposite and get more and put it back in. The last activity I'm going to show you is a strategy or a technique that you can use for writing as well as coloring. So what I did is I got a bottle of glue, and so say you want to draw shapes and you want your student to stay in the line. One thing you can do is put the glue around the shape of the line, and you can eventually let it, this is something you have to plan for, and the glue would dry out, and then that would create a border around the shape. And then what you would want to do is try to stay in that border, and that border gives them kind of like a visual as well as a tactile cue that they may be going out of the lines. So additionally, with writing, if you don't mind getting a ruler with some glue on it, I'm going to make some lines. I'm going to tilt this down with the glue stick. So what I'm going to do is I would make a line with the glue, just lightly, and then maybe with the width of the ruler, make another line. And once again, you'd have to let that dry. You can make it smaller or bigger as you want. In this case, I might make it the lines a little bit bigger, and then that would keep your students writing to stay in the lines when they're making the letters. So it still gives them that border, and it gives them that cueing that they are going outside the line and the letters may be too big or too small. So those are just some techniques and some activities you could be trying at home. I will be making one more video after this video as the end of the school year is wrapping up, but I also will be providing some links in the description within the next video for some summer activities and ideas you guys can be doing. Thanks again for tuning in.